All right, so as the 2021 school year comes to an end, let's do a review. Welcome to Plan, Prep, Pray. Hey girlie, my name is Wendy and I am a homeschooling mom of 4 little ones, and on this channel I talk about productivity tips, methods, and resources because peaceful presence can be found when we are good stewards of our time. All right, so I know you guys wanted a couple of reviews about the things that we used this year and how they worked for us and how we liked them. So I decided to go ahead and get that video filmed for you. All right, so first thing we're gonna start off with So this year has actually been one of our best years of homeschooling. I've been able to push and pull, add more things, take things away, just very comfortably, just really understanding what works for our family and what works for each particular child individually. It has been a year of a lot of transformation and a lot of growth. So this has been a very rich year for us. Some years are like that in your homeschooling. Some years you look back, you like, Lord, we didn't do nothing. Some years you look back, you're like, thank God that's over. And some years you look back, you're like, I did that. So it's one of those, we did that years. So with all that being said, we use the Good and the Beautiful language arts. This one lost its cover because it's been through it. Level 1, level 3, and the pre-K curriculum. Beautiful, amazing. I mean, you can ask each one of my children individually and they will all tell you that it is one of their favorite parts of homeschooling. The Good and the Beautiful just really has taken a lot off of my shoulders as a homeschooling mom. I transitioned from having a grammar curriculum, a writing curriculum, a vocab curriculum, a spelling curriculum, a geography curriculum, phonics curriculum, all those, a literature curriculum. I transitioned from having all of that to just the Good and the Beautiful. And even with all of that, none of it was as rigorous or in a sense as rich as the Good and the Beautiful. So I have truly appreciated their language arts program and the peace and the freedom that it's allowed in our homeschooling. So language arts. So next, math. With math, my pre-K did mathematical reasoning. Now, this book has been through a lot, okay? It's been through 2 children and it's still holding on strong. We love mathematical reasoning. Mathematical reasoning is perfect for a 3-year-old in the sense that it's a lot more pointing, counting, circling, coloring than it is writing down numbers and doing math problems and doing all the things. It's very teacher intensive, but not so teacher intensive that you can't get anything else done. It is super quick and to the point, and my son loves it. This is his favorite thing to do. He always wants to do math first. He looks forward to it and he is really proud of himself. So let me give you an example. So I turn to this page, right? And simply up top it says point to the groups that have 2. And so he'll find the ones that have 2 and point to them. Point to the groups that have 3. He'll find the ones that have 3 and point to them. We're done. Then we'll do this page and we're done. So we do 2 pages a day and we're able to complete this in the year. And now he's gonna be moving on to mathematical reasoning 2. This book is perfect for a 3-year-old. I 100% recommend that for math. Next thing we did for math was Math UC. We did Math UC Gamma and Math UC Alpha. Now, my daughter did this, my 6-year-old, and my 9-year-old did Gamma, which is, Gamma is single and multiple digit multiplication, and Alpha is single digit addition and subtraction. I have done Math UC with my oldest and my second from the beginning. We've done primer all the way up. We love the mastery approach of Math UC. My children, my oldest, can do addition in and out, left and right, up and down, missing numbers, all the things, because he's had such a mastery approach on addition. So we have loved Math UC, and also it's not very teacher intensive in the sense that they do have a DVD where Mr. Demi teaches the student for you. So I just sit down with my oldest, but with my youngest I don't, because I've already done it. But I sit down with him when they do the math lesson, just so that I can pick up on what he's supposed to be learning. And then for the rest of the week, I just hand him a sheet. He does his math problems. If he has any issues or anything like that, working it out, he comes to me, or she comes to me with her math questions. They have blocks. I no longer use the blocks because those blocks are dangerous when you got a 1-year-old that would love to swallow a little green block. So we purchased the computer app, which has the manipulatives on the app, which has worked beautifully for us. But here's the thing. Halfway through the year, I decided that I wanted to have my children tested. Having your child tested in math when it comes to Math UC is it's not fair. Because of Math UC's mastery approach, they don't do this cycle that you see in most public schools. And so my son, who is 9, has never really been introduced to fractions in the way that fractions are presented. And it wouldn't be fair to test him on something that he's never even been taught. A concept that he can grasp very easily if he was taught it. And so because I decided to test them, which is not required by my state, but it's just something that I wanted to have done, because I decided to test them, I decided that Math UC would not be enough. In comes CLE, Christian Light Education Math. Now, my kids have thrived off of this. Now, Christian Light Education, we have loved it. It is both a mastery and spiral approach to math. And so because of that, it has reinforced all the things that they already know, plus added additional things to their math that they would need if they were to be tested. My 4th grader is breezing through level 2 and is probably gonna be starting level 3 fairly soon. He does several lessons a day, like 4 or 5. So because of that, he's gonna be jumping into CLE level 3. I have a flip through of CLE, which I'll link up above if you wanna get a closer in-depth look at what is included in the curriculum, but it's not overwhelming and it's not too teacher intensive. So there's a small section where I teach the new concept, but majority of it is the I can do it part, in which the child does it on their own. Now we haven't stopped doing Math UC, we do both. So they'll do one lesson of Math UC and they'll do their CLE lessons. And so far so good. They are not too overwhelmed that they're not able to accomplish it, and or that they're like crying or wailing or anything like that. They just do their math and that's it. So it's not, you don't make a big deal of it. So we're gonna continue with that next year. The 3rd math that we do, that's right, there's another math, is for my oldest. He does teaching textbooks. The way that he approaches teaching textbooks is more like a game. So it is his reward after a long school day is that he gets to play this video game called teaching textbooks. So he enjoys it. That is the math that he actually enjoys doing, and it's fun for him. All right, next is handwriting. We have done the good and the beautiful level 1 and level 3. My son has loved level 3, the cursive and all the things. I am shocked by how he's gravitated towards cursive and how much he loves it and how much he just takes his time to really get it and do all the things. And my daughter loved the pictures and the coloring and the connect the dots and all the stuff that comes with the good and beautiful handwriting. So that has been a hit in our home. Now I don't have the A book on me, but this is the B book for Rod and Staff Preschool, and that's what we're doing with my 3-year-old this year. And we have used it. We've used A and B We're currently working on C and D because our homeschool is year-round, so we just keep going. But to practice his handwriting and his tracing and all the different matching and stuff like that. So this is his little workbook that he does every single day. He does a few pages. So that's kind of his handwriting. But pretty much because he's so young, everything he does kind of includes a little bit of handwriting. The Good and the Beautiful Pre-K has a little bit of handwriting in it, and his preschool has a little bit of handwriting, so just everything has a little bit of handwriting. Next is our Explode the Codes. So I don't have my son's, he completed his a while back, so that book is gone. But my daughter is finishing up her level 1. My son completed it, Explode the Code 6, and we love Explode the Code. Explode the Code is so good at reinforcing those phonics concepts that our children are supposed to be learning, as well as allowing for there to be some work that can be completed independently by your child without you. Like, it can be completely hands-free. Which I love about it. It allows for me to be able to balance between different children because I know that this is something you can do by yourself. You don't need me at all for this. So good. If you haven't looked into Explode the Code, definitely look into it. If you have younger children, look into Explode the Code A, B, and C. And I think there might be a D. Story of the World. I cannot say enough good things about this for history. We have loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Love the coloring sheets, love the discussion questions from the activity book, love the audio CD, love it all. They're retaining the information because it's told in story form. Love the world view of it so that it's not just, it's not just American view, but it's a more world view of history. We love the story of the world. I 100% recommend it, especially if you're trying to just ease into history and not do something that's just so like history everything. 100% recommend it. We are switching this year over to My Father's World. And one of the main reasons why I decided to switch was because I knew they were going to be using the story of the world. So definitely 100% recommend the story of the world. I'm so happy we switched to this halfway through the year. Now for geography, we did these geography workbooks because geography is included in the Good and the Beautiful. So we did these geography workbooks, 1st grade and 4th grade this year to just reinforce the different geography concepts. They were amazing. These are by DK. I'll link as much of these things as I can in the description down below, but they are so good so that you can get, you can have that seat work that your children can do, and it has a purpose behind it, So these are really, really good, really, really simple and easy, and they're not meant to like teach your children geography, but just to reinforce the geography concepts that they're already learning. So definitely recommend. All right, per the recommendation of a good friend of mine, Megan from Pennies and Salt, we switched over to Life, God's Design in January and started doing science with them. We have started in the world of plants and we are loving it. It is so simple and easy to teach and for children to retain. The fact that it is multiple units allows for your children to not necessarily have to focus on one science for the whole year, and also allows for you to really master something before you switch to something else. So that has been really, really good about it. The other thing is the fact that we're able to do it with our youngest and our oldest. So I got this one, which is for 3rd to 8th grade, and then I also got God Design for Life Beginner for my 1st grader. And it's so nice to have her be able to keep up with us and do her own little thing at the same time and still be learning and retaining a lot. We have loved doing this, the different science projects that it includes. It's very rich, it's very creative. It's not like, I have to go out and get all the things. It's very much things that I can have on hand or that I can grab for like 99 cents. It's nothing crazy. I truly, truly recommend God Design. One of the other reasons why we were okay with doing My Father's World is because of the fact that My Father's World does use World of Animals as a part of their science as well. Right? I think it's animals. Yeah, it's animals. The other thing that we used and truly loved is My Brother's Keeper. I love the Not Consumed Ministries and all the different devotionals that they have and the different focuses that they have. And we have been doing a lot of focus on just loving one another and caring for one another because we've had a lot of tiffs in our home. So that just worked very well just to reinforce, what does God say about our siblings and how we should care for them and how we should love them and all the things. Definitely check out the link that I have down below. It's for $5 off, Not Consumed Ministries. And I would recommend, especially if you're having that in your home, to do My Brother's Keeper. All right, let's talk unit studies. Okay, so I did a couple of unit studies this year. I did Yom Kippur, and we did Oceans, and we did, what else did we do? We did a Christmas unit study, and unit studies are fun. And for me, they're very fun, and I enjoyed doing them. I enjoyed how simple it was for me to create them and that it wasn't as overwhelming as I thought all these years. The only thing is, I find that I need a little more structure. And so that structure was missing for me personally. I don't know if it's because I'm not good at making unit studies and I just need to keep working on it to get better, which I will be next year. But I've decided to do it more seasonally. I was doing it like once a month. So I decided to do it maybe once a quarter, 1 unit per quarter type of thing to see if that helps more. But it didn't really work for us to do it once a month. It was just really draining. I feel like we didn't really have time to really sit in a unit. Now, I have a video where I talk about the different read alouds that we did for the year and the ones that we liked and the ones that we didn't. So I'll link that up above so that you can check that out. I can't believe it's done. I can't believe we are almost done with this year's stuff, and we're gonna be diving into next year's stuff. So if you'd like a sneak peek as to what we will be doing for next year, click the envelope right here. If you'd like to see more homeschool related content, click the envelope right here. And until next time, bye.